Hey guys, how are you all tonight? Richard here with Alien Bros. Today I have a couple of different topics that I want to tell you guys about, and afterwards I have a couple of new UFO sightings to share with you all as well. So the first thing that I want to tell you all about is that another airman has come forward with a rather amazing story in regards to a UFO sighting he had about 37 years ago. The Lobemaster, who is yet to be named, has broken a 37-year silence about the encounter that he failed to report at the time. This sighting occurred in December of 1980, and he did not report it due to fears of ruining his career. However, the man reported the unexplained case to MUFON on December 26th of last year, just days after there were headlines across the globe revealing details about a top-secret U.S. Department of Defense 5-year probe into the threat posed by UFOs. Details of the Department of Defense's Advanced Aerospace Threat Identification Program, which cost $22 million taxpayer dollars, were exposed after the U.S. government claimed for years that it had no interest in UFOs, and they were not a threat to national security. I spoke about this program in my last 3 videos, so if you still haven't heard the story yet, then go check those videos out and come back afterwards once you get all caught up. Now, for those of you that aren't aware of what a Lobemaster does, they are responsible for getting cargo and personnel onto a plane. The Lobemaster went on to say that I was an Air Force Lobemaster on a C-141 transport aircraft that we took off from Charleston Air Force Base inbound for Dover Air Force Base in Delaware. During this flight, we picked up an object on radar. The object was following our aircraft and keeping up with it. We reported the incident to the tower and they also saw the object, but said that we may have a problem with our radar. Once we landed in Dover, technicians checked out the radar on the aircraft and found no problems. He said the plane then set off again from Dover towards Ireland. The Lobemaster said halfway across the Atlantic Ocean, the object returned and continued to keep pace with us the rest of the way across the ocean. We once again contacted the tower to report the incident, and the tower confirmed that they also had an object on radar. After this, we were asked if the crew wanted to file a UFO report. We discussed it as a crew and decided it would be bad for our careers, so no report was filed. This man joins a growing number of military and airline witnesses that have come forward with details of seemingly inexplicable UFO encounters. I am hoping that MUFON will soon release who this man is, but I can understand his wishes to remain anonymous. Many people that experience these sightings, especially pilots and military members, do not want to be associated with these reports due to the ridicule that they often receive. The public seems to be starting to accept these sightings as legitimate and have toned down on the ridicule quite a bit. But there are still a lot of uninformed people out there that do like to make a mockery of these sightings, no matter who reports them. These people likely haven't seen the amazing piles of evidence showing that these things are so very real, and we have shown a lot of that evidence on this channel, and it proves, yes, they certainly do exist. However, now that the Pentagon has released this footage, and we have such a high-ranking official come out and say that yes, UFOs exist, while also putting out details into secret government UFO research programs, more people than ever are now actually accepting the reality that yes, UFOs exist. And we are being visited by extraterrestrials. Definitely a very strange encounter though, and when we get more information on it, you can bet that we'll share it with you guys as soon as possible. Now, moving on, we have another UFO encounter to share with you guys from another credible observer. A NASA astronaut seemed to have experienced a UFO encounter while orbiting Earth in a space capsule. His name is John Glenn, and there is now an available recording of John radioing back to Mission Control with details of what he saw. The recording is between astronaut John Glenn and Mission Control on Earth as he orbited Earth in a space capsule on February 20th of 1962 as the first U.S. astronaut to do it for an extended period of time. In the audio, Mr. Glenn, who calls himself Friendship 7, can be heard describing seeing a brilliant blue horizon coming up behind him as it approaches sunrise. Then he suddenly realizes something peculiar is happening as several UFOs appear. It is about 4.5 minutes before he receives any response from Mission Control when he is told he sounds a little garbled and is asked what his oxygen levels are. No one from Mission Control addresses the strange event with Mr. Glenn, who says that a few of the particles are still swirling around the capsule. They will not discuss it with him, so he starts taking pictures. Eventually he is asked how big the particles are and if they move by or float with him. It was suggested to him that the particles could be coming from the capsule itself, but Mr. Glenn said that this was not the case. During Mr. Glenn's second orbit, he said that he could see them for miles in each direction. The video footage of it actually shows some of these particles in the background moving at high speeds. These could be space debris, but I can't say for sure. I will go ahead now and play the video for you guys so that you can all decide for yourselves what you think they are. And I'm not saying that these were aliens, but it is definitely an interesting piece of footage nonetheless. So go ahead and check it out and we'll talk about it more afterwards.
They lit up like they're luminescent. I never saw anything like it. They're coming by the capsule. and they look like little stars, a whole shower of them coming by. They swirl around the capsule and go in front of the window, and they're all brilliantly lighted. They probably average maybe 7 or 8 feet apart, but I can see them all down below me also. Can you hear any injuries from the capsule? Negative. They're very slow. They're not going away from me more than maybe 3 or 4 miles per hour. They're going at the same speed I am, approximately. They're only very slightly under my speed. Over. They do have a different motion though from me, because they swirl around the capsule and then depart back the way that I am looking. Are you receiving? Over. There are literally thousands of them. This is Friendship 7. Am I in contact with anyone? Over. This has been going on since about 1+15, over. Just after I remarked about the sunset, I looked back up and looked out the window, and all the little swirl of particles was going by, over. This is Friendship 7 broadcasting in the blind. Sunrise has come up behind in the periscope. It was brilliant in the scope, a brilliant red as it approached the horizon and came up, and just as I looked back up out the window, I had literally thousands of small luminous particles swirling around the capsule and going away from me at maybe 3 to 5 miles per hour. Now that I am out in the bright sun, they seem to have disappeared. It was just as the sun was coming up. I can still see just a few of them now, even though the sun is up some 20 degrees above the horizon. I still have some of these little particles coming around the capsule occasionally here. I can see them against the dark sky even on the day side. Over.
Roger, understand. Friendship 7, warn us if you have a chance. Could you give us a blood pressure check? Over.
Roger, Friendship 7, we'll give blood pressure check. I still have some of these particles that I cannot identify coming around the capsule occasionally, over.
Roger, how big are these particles?
Very small. I would indicate they're of the order of a 1/16 of an inch or smaller. They drift by the window, and I can see them against the dark sky. Just at sunrise, there were literally thousands of them. It looked like just a myriad of stars, over.
Roger, are they floating by you or floating with you? Over.
Some of them float almost with me. Most of them appear to be moving at about 3 to 5 miles an hour away from me. I'm going just a little faster than they are, over.
Roger.
Only really unusual things so far beside ASCS trouble were the little particles, luminous particles around the capsule, just thousands of them, right at sunrise over the Pacific, over. This is Friendship 7. I do not think they were from my control jets, negative, over.
Roger, Friendship 7, this is Canton. We have DM solid. Go ahead, over.
Roger, this is Friendship 7, and now that sunrise is starting, I have all these little particles coming around the capsule again, just at sunrise.
Roger, Friendship 7.
I also can see the light on my on steam from the thruster when I operate it, over. This is Friendship 7. I think I can see a little bit of steam spitting against the dark sky here occasionally from my pitched down manual thrust, over.
Roger.
This is Friendship 7. All these little particles, there are thousands of them, and they're not coming from the capsule. They're something that's already up here, because they're all over the sky. Way out, I can see them as far as I can see in each direction almost.
Roger, Friendship 7.
This is Friendship 7. I'm trying to get some pictures of these particles that are outside here, over.
Friendship 7, this is Canton. We also have no indication that your landing bag might be deployed, over.
Roger. Did someone report landing bag could be down, over?
Negative. We had a request to monitor this and to ask you if you heard any flapping when you had high capsule rates.
Negative.
This was, over.
Well, I think they probably thought these particles I saw might have come from that. But there are thousands of these things, and they go out for, it looks like miles in each direction from me, and they move by here very slowly. I saw them at the same spot on the first orbit, over.
Roger.
Are you still seeing the particles around your capsules? Negative. I don't seem to see them around here on this side. I saw a few, just after I left Canaveral and turned around facing forward. They were coming toward me at that time. I was going, so I know that they are not coming from the capsule at all. I saw the particles in huge quantities at each sunrise.
Yeah, so I'm really not sure what these things are. Some people claim that they're ice crystals, but John Glenn said these things went on for miles over the Pacific, and that would mean that they couldn't be ice crystals. Again, I am not saying that these things are alien or anything like that. I'm just saying it's an interesting phenomenon and an interesting piece of footage. Let me know what you guys think this was down in the comments. Now, moving on, I have a couple of great new UFO sightings to share with you guys. This first one comes from our friend UFO Man, and I haven't been able to debunk it. It appears that whatever these objects are, they are up in the cloud cover and they are really brightly lit. This sighting was filmed by a farmer in Zamora, Spain, and took place on December 14th of 2017. I have honestly got no idea what was filmed. The objects do a lot of very strange things in this footage, so I'll go ahead and play it for you now, and we can examine it together afterwards. So here's the footage. So what do you guys think this could be? I was honestly very surprised when at the end of this footage these brightly lit orbs multiplied out of nowhere. The way they kept vanishing had me wondering if they were moving in and out of the cloud cover or if they were simply turning their lights off or something. These things are definitely nothing conventional, at least as far as I could tell. I don't believe that these could be drones either due to their behavior, so let me know what you guys think these lights could be down in the comments, because as of right now, I am leaning towards these things possibly being extraterrestrial or maybe military, but I doubt it. All of your theories are welcome, and if you saw the same thing, let us know. If you have footage of it, then email it over to us. Our email is down in the description, and we can work on figuring out what this was. Okay, so I have one last piece of UFO footage to share with you guys today, and this one was reported to MUFON and comes from Wuhan, China. It was filmed on December 15th of 2015, and it is a rather strange sighting. As always, the case number will be down in the description. I'll go ahead and play the footage for you now, and we'll talk more on it afterwards.
الان سومین جسم ناشناسیه که الان آمادویمی اصلا معلوم نیست چیه. یکی دیگه اون ورش داره میره، نگاه کن بالای سرش میبینی؟ یکی دیگه اون ورش بالاش داره میره، از همین انگار دور زده داره اون ور میره. چیه الان؟ نگاه کن اون بالا هواپیماست میبینی؟ هواپیما نشون بده. هواپیما معلوم نیست. معلوم نیست هواپیما.
ببین اصلا پشت خود اینم یه چیز دیگه اینه بربر میزنه.
اون هواپیماست، اون بالاییست هواپیماست، اون ورش هم هواپیماست.
اینم یکی اینجاست
این چیه هی تغییر مسیر میده، هی نورش کم شد. این هم داره همون مسیر قبلی ها رو میره. نکن الان ساعتشو کم کرد. کجا نه؟ آره خوشون گنبده سکه بریم بازم هست.
Yeah, guys, so I don't think that what this man filmed could have possibly been an airplane because of how slowly it moved through the sky, and at some points it almost seems to slow down and stop for a second before moving on. It also doesn't seem to have any flashing aviation lights on it, so I'm not really sure what this thing could be. The witness wrote in his statement to MUFON that while he was on his way home with his wife, he saw a light in the sky to the west. This light surprised him because once it flew over a dome-shaped building, it changed directions from south to west. After a while, it had gotten out of his sight. He then went on to say, and I quote, "I was about to turn around and go home when I had seen a second one maybe 10 seconds after the first light disappeared. It was the same shape, had the same lights, was flying in the same direction, and surprisingly, it made the same redirection. During this time, I started to capture the sighting with my phone that's a bit low quality." So yeah, I'm not too sure what he filmed. I'm not going to go and sit here and say that this thing is alien, but I'm not going to say that it isn't either. Let me know what you guys think about this down in the comments. I don't know if many of our viewers are from China, but if by chance you are and you also witnessed the sighting and managed to get some more footage of it, then email it over to us and definitely let us know about it. Anyway, that's all I have for you guys today, but stay tuned because there's a lot more coming and we will have it posted very soon. If you liked the video, then please don't forget to smash that like button on your way out, share it, comment, and most importantly, hit that subscribe button and tap that notification bell. It really helps us out, and it'll let you guys stay up to date by sending you a message straight to your inbox every time we upload a new video, that you can stay on the up and up with all the latest alternative news. Also, if you want updates on when our videos will be coming out, then please go follow our Facebook page. The link is down in the video description. If you have some UFO footage or evidence that you would like us to feature on the channel, then please email it over to us. Our email is down in the description as well, and we will get back to you as soon as possible. Thanks for your support, guys. It means a lot to us, and don't forget to browse the channel if you're new and get yourself up to speed. As always, I'm Richard with Alien Bros, and I'll see you guys again next video.